Manchester United are setting the stage for an engaging pre-season encounter with Real Betis, scheduled to unfold at the Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego. Manchester United kicked off a serious training session ahead of this strong pre-season clash, so we decided to bring all the latest team news and updates. Stick around as we uncover them all to you. Manchester United will face Real Betis in the second match of their US pre-season tour. The game is scheduled on Thursday. United's pre-season has been mixed, with a loss to Rosenborg and a win over Rangers before the narrow 2-1 defeat to Arsenal. Rasmus Højlund and Leny Yoro, who were injured in the last match against Arsenal, are doubtful for this fixture, although no updates was revealed on his fitness, while Hojlund also joined the light training session so he can overcome the hamstring issues he picked up. We will let you know once there's an update on their fitness. Meanwhile, Victor Lindelof returned to training and is likely to play against Betis. Anthony, Christian Eriksen, Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, who made their first pre-season appearances against Arsenal, are also expected to feature. After completing his summer break, Zirkzee arrived at our training ground on Monday morning 29 July in readiness to start his pre-season program. The forward will not be involved in our final two games of Tour 2024 against Real Betis Thursday 1st August and Liverpool Sunday 4th August, but will build his fitness at Carrington in preparation for the wider squad's return to Manchester next week. After the Liverpool game in South Carolina, Ten Hag's group will head home and start to prepare for the first competitive match of the season, the 2024 Community Shield at Wembley on Saturday 10 August, when we'll face Manchester City. That match could be a first opportunity for Zirkzee to make his United debut. Subscribe and stay tuned for more updates.
So they're both going in.
I feel that you've just put the commentator's curse on him.
That's what I do. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, but no, listen, nobody wants to be injured. So being out there is fun, and it's good to see him back.
Oh, that's the end of that one. Well, I wonder where they're going now. Happy with what you saw out there?
It's sharp. Listen, it's a good standard. It really is. It's always, as I told you, most days it's that would be the most fun part for me.
Yeah.
Just getting on the balls, little rondos, little sort of being able to make people get around it, and that's the fun before the rest of it starts.
These things that look a bit like hurdles, are they gates for opening your legs?
Yeah, just warm up stuff really. Just open up your groins, make sure that all sides of you are. Yeah, you're warm and prepared for when you go into the real short, sharp stuff.
In terms of match preparedness, so we know the game is tomorrow. This session now, and then do you know what happens throughout the day? Do you nap? Is it about what you eat? Do you try to relax? Is there other work to be done?
Yeah, potentially could do a bit of gym work. Obviously there'll be stuff like soft tissue stuff you might do with the masseurs and the physios, stretching maybe, so you're not just sat around in the hotel waiting for a game that's, a long way away in terms of hours. You may go out for a walk, keep your legs loose. But yeah, there will be a period of rest within that as well, probably this afternoon where they'll have a little bit of downtime.
Let's talk about the game then, because that's what's coming next.
Yeah.
What are we expecting in terms of starting lineups, in terms of intensity of the match? I suppose mostly what we want is just no more injuries.
Yeah, that is the key. Yeah, and not making sure that you stay fit, which is the purpose of building up bit by bit. You're hoping that, as I said before, more people get more minutes, and then that's successful, and then you're building that and taking it on into the Liverpool game as the final game of tour.
I suppose that's quite a difficult balance, because reasonably you can only give so many players 60 minutes, say, for example.
Yeah.
And there's more players here than you can do that for.
Senior players, they take precedent. I think that's how it goes. Well, it is how it goes. The senior players will take precedent, or there may be one or two young players that have really got in the manager's eye line that might play more of a part in it as well, prior to the other players coming back who've been away on international duty.
I mean, we can probably say, I don't know, obviously, but I feel confident to say that there's a good chance that Harry Amas is going to be one of those younger players who gets the opportunity, mostly because Luke Shaw and Tyrone Malacia aren't here.
Yeah, it makes sense, of course, and he did put a good showing in the first half the other day, so it makes sense, and that's all they can do is, when they get the minutes, put in a good performance, play with freedom, have courage, get on the ball, and express yourself, and we can see here, even as the managers watching, how the boys are warming up, how the boys are, their attitudes towards it, who's looking in good shape. And I think Harry Amas has shown some real good qualities on this trip.
It's a very good point about Erik. He's watching very, very intensely there, wasn't he? Do you notice that as a player? Do you think, oh, he's watching this, I better do this as best as I can, I guess?
You notice everything. Whether the manager's watching, why he's watching it, the likes of Cobby, the likes of Garnacho and so on. They're the boys that stay in there. We've seen it previously with Marcus, etc. And as you say, there's a lot of people in the academy, but there's not many that go up and obviously stay in the first team.
Let's talk about Andre Onana. Firstly, happy with how he's been in pre-season so far?
Yeah, he's looked bright. I think there's a lot of enthusiasm coming from him. He's obviously having to deal with a new goalkeeper coach, so he'll be working on different facets of his game. Not clued up massively on goalkeepers' ins and outs. So I just know that the training looks slightly different. But yeah, he was buoyant yesterday in the penalty shootout. It was a great save that he made in the second half. I felt that I think it was Fabio Vieira potentially who took the shot was going to score. And I think he's looked bright, he's looked jovial, so all signs look positive.
Right, I'm going to take you back now to Snapdragon Cup, Real Betis. They're going to pose a different challenge, aren't they? Obviously, it's Liverpool when we get to South Carolina. We've played Arsenal, a team from the Liga. They'll offer a totally different challenge, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, we played Betis, obviously, in recent times. Over in Betis, I remember the game, they were quite good. But listen, it's a Snapdragon Cup, so anything can happen. It'll be a good spectacle. I think it'll be good to go back to San Diego, play in the Snapdragon again, and really see where we're at in terms of our pre-season against foreign opposition.
So not to jump too far ahead, but then, so the game against Liverpool, you were expecting some players to be getting 90 minutes?
I'd say so, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense that the natural progression of playing some more minutes in San Diego at the Snapdragon Stadium, and then obviously going on to play more minutes again in South Carolina.
Is the way that works, do the sessions just become more and more intense? Because we've talked about loading a lot, but in terms of the actual work rate, do they become longer? Is it just the drills are harder? How does that work?
Well, yeah, the sessions get longer, but there comes a point where it becomes easier for you as a player because you've done the bulk of the work. So all of a sudden your legs accept it, you don't tire as quickly, you recover a lot quicker, and that's the purpose of loading up the minutes bit by bit, and then it's, all being well, a smooth run in from there.
Danny, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Right, make sure you're subscribed to MUTV because we've got everything on tour to show you and everything else throughout the season. As best as I can, I guess.
You notice everything. Whether the manager's watching, why he's watching, and ultimately just it's with a view of you putting in your best performance.
Great. Danny, thank you very much. Now, remember, the Snapdragon Cup takes place tomorrow in San Diego, the 31st of July. Manchester United and Real Betis are playing at the Snapdragon Stadium. Make sure you're subscribed to MUTV. You can watch that game, you can watch the Liverpool game, and then a whole back catalogue of excellent stuff. We'll see you tomorrow.